Welcome to the Thermo King TriPac E driver's training video. The TriPac E is an electric, battery-based auxiliary heating and cooling temperature management system. The TriPac E allows drivers to reduce unnecessary truck engine idling, conserve diesel fuel, and save money. The TriPac E is operated using a human-machine interface or HMI controller, which is typically mounted on a wall in the sleeper compartment. The HMI is an easy-to-use control that allows the driver to select the desired function of the system. It also provides feedback to the driver of alarms, battery level, and system status. The HMI has 3 selector knobs and a battery monitor display. The HMI also contains an integral cab temperature sensor. Danger: always turn off the TriPac E HMI controller while refueling the truck. Fuel vapors could ignite if they come in contact with the TriPac E electrical or heater components. The left knob of the HMI face functions as the on-off button. To turn the system on, press the left knob for 1 second. To turn the system off, press the left knob for 3 seconds. The TriPac E system is off by default. When the truck ignition is turned off, the driver must re-enable the system by pressing the on button on the HMI. If the TriPac E system is operating and the truck ignition is turned on, the system will initiate a 3-minute pull-ahead timer. If the truck ignition is still on when the timer expires, the system will enter a shutdown sequence. If the system is cycled off, it will not restart until the shutdown sequence is completed. If the system is off, pressing the left knob for less than a second will display the battery and alarm status. Note: pressing the left knob for less than 1 second is referred to as a bump. The mode selection is accomplished by rotating the left knob. It selects between cool, fan, and heat operating modes. A mode icon will blink for a few seconds, then light up indicating the selection. Note: there will be a 2-second delay before the new mode is activated to prevent momentary or accidental mode changes. When air conditioning is started, the compressor will run for a minimum of 3 minutes. When air conditioning cycles off, the compressor will stay off for a minimum of 3 minutes. Temperature selection is accomplished by rotating the center knob. Rotate it to the left for cooler temperature, or toward blue, or to the right for warmer temperature, red. Adjust the knob to driver comfort. The evaporator fan speed is adjustable. Rotating the fan selector knob clockwise will increase fan speed, and counterclockwise will decrease fan speed. As fan speed increases, the LEDs will progressively turn on. As the fan speed decreases, the LEDs will progressively turn off. The fan will continue to run at the chosen speed. Auto fan speed is the default fan setting when cool mode is selected. This allows the main controller to make fan speed decisions for optimum performance and longer battery life. Off should be selected when in heat mode. Off is the default setting when heat or fan mode is selected. The driver has access to 3 additional features. First, turn the system on or activate the system status display. Bumping the on-off button 3 times will then access these features. After the selection is made, bump the on-off button 3 more times to exit the Selectable Settings mode. The Selectable Settings mode must be exited before the system will resume normal operation. The first driver selectable setting is the brightness of the HMI display LEDs, which can be changed. Rotate the fan speed knob to change the brightness. Another driver selectable setting is the shore power charging. If the optional AC to DC power converter is installed and plugged in, the driver may select to allow the TriPac E batteries to charge if excess charging capacity is available from the converter. The default setting will charge only the truck batteries. To activate this setting, bump the on-off button an additional 2 times to toggle the feature. This feature must be enabled each time the truck has been started or the TriPac E has been turned off. The truck and TriPac E batteries may be charged while the truck is unattended. Plug in the AC to DC power converter. Turn the truck ignition off. Enable the TriPac E status display by bumping the on-off knob. Bump 3 more times to enter driver selectable settings. Bump twice more to enable shore power charging. Bump an additional 3 times to exit driver selectable settings. The third driver selectable setting is alarm clearing. If the alarm icon is on, the active alarms may be cleared. Press and hold the on-off button for 5 seconds. If the alarm condition still exists, the icon may not turn off or may return quickly. Note: Alarms indicate an abnormal system condition. A qualified technician should determine the cause of the alarms and correct the condition. The HMI displays battery monitor icons, low battery icon, and an alarm icon. The 6 battery monitor bars will scroll up in green while the truck engine is running and the alternator is charging. This indicates the TriPac E batteries are charging. 6 green bars means battery power is above 90%. 5 green bars means battery power is 70 to 90%. 4 green bars means battery power is 50 to 70%. 3 yellow bars means battery power is 30 to 50%. 2 yellow bars means battery power is 15 to 30%. 1 red bar means battery power is less than 15%. And no bars means no battery power is available. The alarm icon will alert the driver that an alarm condition exists. Alarms indicate that an abnormal system condition exists. A qualified technician should determine the cause of the alarm and correct the condition. If the alarm icon is yellow, it is a check alarm. This type of alarm indicates that the system has an abnormal condition that should be checked at the next opportunity. The system will continue to operate but may have reduced capacity. If the alarm icon is red, it is a shutdown alarm. This type of alarm indicates a system fault that should be checked by a technician immediately. The system will not operate with this alarm active. If the battery alarm icon is red, this means the system is turned off due to low power reserve. If the system has been turned off for low power reserve, it can be turned on by pressing the on-off button on the HMI. The system battery should be fully charged by running the truck before turning the system on again. If the batteries are not charged, the system may immediately turn off for low power reserve or have very short runtime. Repeated partial charging, followed by fully discharging the system batteries, will reduce battery life. Maximum climate control time is controlled by the total available power reserve in the TriPac E and truck batteries. To achieve maximum runtime, the operator should take steps to conserve power by reducing power consumption, especially when outside temperature is high. Suggested steps include: keep window curtains closed to reduce radiant heat that will increase cab temperature. Close the curtain between the cab and sleeper overnight to reduce air conditioning load. Limit the on time and the number of cab lights and accessories to reduce battery power drain. Limit the on time and number of devices or appliances connected to the optional DC to AC power inverter to reduce battery power drain. Connect the optional AC to DC power converter to shore power for increased power reserve. When available, the AC to DC power converter should be plugged into shore power as soon as possible, while the batteries are fully charged for the longest runtime in hot weather. Battery charging while truck is running. Charging amperage is provided by the truck alternator. With some applications or truck operation profiles, such as short drive times or high system demand, increased battery charging capacity may be required. To provide additional charging capacity, the alternator and charging cables may need to be upgraded from 185 to 270 amps. Note, while the truck is idling, there may not be enough amperage produced by the alternator to effectively charge the batteries. Many alternators must be turning a minimum of 1200 RPM before effective battery charging is available. Battery charging occurs in progressive stages. This prevents an extremely high charge rate. The process begins when the truck engine is started. The Smart Charger Modules, or SCMs, will be put in null mode. All TriPac E batteries will be isolated and the truck's batteries will be charged first. The TriPac E main controller will begin adding one battery at a time to the charging process if there is enough excess charging capacity available from the alternator. Each SCM is capable of charging one battery at up to 40 amps. First, the main controller will put one of the SCMs in charge mode, charging the battery with the lowest state of charge. If system voltage does not drop significantly, the SCM will remain in charge mode. If system voltage drops, the truck batteries are not sufficiently charged. The SCM will return to null mode for a time, then retry. The SCM will continue trying to engage charge mode until it is successful. Once the first SCM is in charge mode for a time, the main controller will attempt to add the second SCM to the charging process. It will perform the same process until it has both SCMs charging one battery each. SCMs will switch between their batteries until all batteries are fully charged. Total battery charging time is expected to be 6 to 10 hours, depending on the depth of discharge, traffic, driving profile, and alternator size. The 6 battery monitor bars will scroll up in green while the truck engine is running and the alternator is charging. Battery charge state can be read at the HMI, while the TriPac E is off, bumping the on-off knob for less than 1 second. More information can be found in these technical manuals.